On today's video, I'm going to check out this new release battery from GRNOE. This is supposed to be an improvement from their previous models. We're going to find out. Let's get right into it. And a quick note before I even connect the charging leads, this battery is supposed to have Bluetooth connectivity. Got an Apple product right there. It's supposed to be available for Apple products or Android products. There is no app for this battery currently on the App Store. There is a valid app if you have an Android device. So Apple users, if you're expecting Bluetooth, what time of filming is not available. So I'm charging the battery up for the capacity test. All right, you can see the battery completed its charge cycle. Looks like we got to 14.3 or so before something in the BMS shut off and stopped the charging process. So I have the GRNOE battery connected to the capacity test rig, the same setup I always use for consistency. The energy meter has been zeroed out. See, the battery is showing 13.64 volts. Turn the inverter on now. And here goes the load on the battery. It is the same charger I charged it up with. I'm sending it back to another 12-volt battery to economize. So the capacity test has begun. 53.6 amps, roughly 705 watts load. A goal of 1280 watt hours, of course. And at the start of the capacity test, the battery is roughly 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And you see some of that heat in the top. That's heat from the board, most likely from the charging process. 1095 watt hours through the battery. So let's take another thermal reading. All right, so you can see the heat signature on the battery. Look right there, a little bit of heat. It's probably the top of the cells. A little warm spot right there inside underneath the negative terminal. That's probably the hottest spot on the battery right there. So probably got a wire or something in this area. So just trying to show you everything. Might be on track for the worst battery on record as far as capacity is concerned. Look at the voltage. Still 100 watt hours shy from rated capacity and already down to 11 volts. I don't think there's no way this one's gonna make it. The inverter will be shutting off any moment now on the GRNOE battery. All right, the inverter went off on low voltage disconnect. We did not trip the BMS protection on the GRNOE, but it says right here on the top it triggers at 10 volts. Didn't quite get to 10 volts, but might as well say that one's empty. So real life capacity on an inverter, 1194 watt hours. I think that is the worst battery I have tested to date. If we convert that over, that's roughly 93.28 amp hours out of a 100 amp hour rated battery. Yes, there is a minuscule amount of energy left, but not enough to make up that big of a difference. That's terrible. And this is the newest version battery, the newest mini from GRNOE. They upgraded the terminals to M8 from M6 compared to the last sample I checked. They included a smart Bluetooth BMS now, and of course, they downgraded the capacity quite a bit. Here are the product specifications for this battery, LiFePO4 mini, so right here. Their Amazon listing for this battery indicates low temperature protection, but the manual just indicates over temperature protection. Integrated heating circuits are available. Now it doesn't say if this battery has that, so you can check that out right there, and then fail bat charging is not a requirement. Battery also comes with some M8 terminal bolts right there, washers and different things, and some protective caps. It also comes with a service card right here, so you can email them, send your order number over, and register your battery. So you can see we still feature the same carry handles as the previous models. Remember, I've already talked about the app. You see the decals, the sticker on the front right there, no decals on the back or anywhere like that. It is a true form factor mini. So now I'm going to tear the battery down and try to see what kind of cells is in here, and also see if this BMS is one that I already have an app for, maybe still be able to connect to Bluetooth. So let's do it. All right, I'll save the front strip right here so we can look at it at the same time together. Make note this battery had the least amount of glue or sealant under the lid, and literally probably 15 seconds to take the lid off of this battery. Got one little piece of glue in the corner. As you can see, they just touched the corners where the case latches are with sealant, and everywhere else is just open. So don't let this battery get wet or be in a high moisture environment for sure. Notice the very small wire size on the positive lead, small wire size on the negative lead right there, and look how close the actual positive lead was to the metal case of the BMS right here. Put a bunch of glue on the terminal right there, and it grabbed onto the balance leads, and some fish paper, some adhesive tape right here on the negative terminal. So, you know, not the best. And we got two 10 gauge wires going to the negative terminal right there, and I still can't see the jacket good on this positive. I'll look closer at it in just a second, but wow. But at least the terminals are tight, at least the wires are tight in this one. If you remember the last GRNOE battery, you know, everything was kind of loose in it, but you know, they still lacking in the wire department. I tried to find some info on this BMS. I put the script right there into my translator. It translates over literally the King of Golden Dragons BMS. I tried to look it up, but can't find any information on this board. Still can't find any info on this positive lead, but I will tell you for with 100% certainty that that is not a silicone jacketed cable. That is a high heat nylon or high heat thermoplastic jacket, whereas the negative leads are silicone jacketed lead. So, you know, silicone jacket is rated at a higher temperature than whatever this is. But that appears to be an 8. Here's a 6 gauge wire right there for comparison. As you can see, the 6 gauge wire is quite a bit larger than this one that's in this battery. Here is a QR code off one of the cells. I'm gonna put this through my scanner and see what I can come up with. So if you notice that QR scan, the manufacturer code 01C, that was in a recent battery I reviewed, and I did some digging since that other battery, and 01C is the manufacturer for a cell company called HiStar. And you notice the date codes on these cells and the other ones were 2022, and I reached out to a manufacturer of the other battery, and they're claiming that they have custom date codes and all that. Well, whatever the case is, the date codes are not standard practice for other lithium iron phosphate manufacturers. Either HiStar is just not caring and just using non-standard coding on their cells, or either these are rescribed codes or re-etched codes, who knows? All I know is it did not deliver capacity for sure. If you notice the general pack construction, you see the bus bars, they appear to be copper, but they're not. I've already cut through one right there. You can see right there the shiny aluminum on the side. That is copper clad aluminum bus bars, very thin, thinner than most. And you can see they soldered the balance lead connection on there, soldered the power lead connections on there, at least attempted to solder them on there. And then there's the soldering job on the positive lead. Didn't trim the balance leads or anything like that. They just routed them around the back of the pack and around to the front. So just a little bit sloppy build overall. They do have two NTC sensors right here taped down to the back of the cell. So, I mean, they do have some kind of temperature sensing on that board. So I have no Bluetooth reporting for this battery. So I'm just gonna check the cells and see if I got one that's way out of whack from the rest of them, just for kicks and giggles for your reference. All right, that one right there is a little higher than the rest of them, and then quite a bit lower than the rest of them. So, you know, pretty wide spread of voltages between these cells. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm not even going through the motions of checking the high and low temp and all that. You know, they can provide a Bluetooth app for users of certain devices, even though they're advertising that it's available. You know, that's a hit. You saw the capacity test, you know, worst one I've checked so far, and just, I don't even have words for what that is right there. Yeah, that's about it for today. $169 is what they want for this thing too. I think you have a lot better options out there than this. If you're interested in checking out some other batteries, some different options in this same price category, I will have some links to some other battery videos in today's video description. Also, I'll include a link to this battery so you can check out all their claims. As always, I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care. Be safe. I will see you on the next one. Special thanks to GRNOE Battery for providing this field testing sample for me to evaluate.